What's up, y'all? You're watching Union Minded. I am your host, Eric, and today we are going to talk about what we owe collectively. You want to have a strong labor organization? You want to have a strong union? You need an engaged membership, an informed membership, and a membership that is active. When I say engaged, that means they coming, they volunteering, they're coming to the meetings, they're doing everything they can. That's engaged. They're engaging at work. They're talking about union life at work. They're talking about their contracts and agreements. They're making sure everything's good. They're working safe and smart. That's engaged. Active, though, we're talking about folks that actively seek out knowledge, wisdom, actively participate in the labor movement. You can be engaged and not be active. You can be active and not be engaged. You need both. If you're going to have a strong labor organization, you want to know something else? Labor, in many ways, is a microcosm of what the U.S. government does, in a way. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. A lot of folks know this. If you don't know it, you feel it. The U.S. government doesn't react to the citizenry. That's why policy doesn't match what the public wants the majority of the time. It's because of corruption. It's because of the influence of money in politics. There's a reason that you feel that your government does not represent your best interests. And a lot of that has to do with a disengaged and inactive citizenry. We let them go about making laws and doing all of these things without challenging them, without replacing our senators and our congresspeople when they're doing things that we don't agree with. We just kind of suck it up and keep it pushing. And that's why they're able to get away with the things that they get away with. Similarly, when you get folks into positions of power, sometimes those folks in those positions of power want nothing more than to have a membership that is disengaged and disinterested, and a membership that is so overworked that all they care about is going to work and coming home because that's all they got. And that benefits those in power who are do-nothings. If you have folks in your leadership who are do-nothings and you feel like they're do-nothings, the reason they're able to get away with it is because the membership of that local is disengaged, inactive, uninformed, and just only focused on trying to get to work, to get this job done, to get their paycheck, to be able to support their family, and that's it. But union membership is so much more. The only way you can have a strong local with a representative body is with an engaged, informed, and activated membership. So we owe each other. We talked about this yesterday. We talked about how there is an obligation to the members, to the IBEW, to your agreement, to the folks involved in this organization. That debt that you owe, it's collective. We owe it to each other. So we owe it to each other to know our Constitution and be informed about it. We owe it to each other to hold each other to those standards and make sure that we're always living up to what we profess. We owe it to each other to know our agreements. We owe it to each other to enforce our agreements. We owe each other. And if we start to take on that debt collectively, we will engage the membership, we will inform the body, and we will have the strongest labor movement. But it doesn't happen by happenstance. It takes effort from everybody involved. It takes efforts from the apprentices, the instructors, the journeymen. It takes effort from everybody to collectively build up a strong union that can represent its membership to the best of its ability. Otherwise, you wind up with a contractor-dominated local. And we can't have that. That's not what the IBEW is about. That's not what the labor movement is about. And it's sad that over the decades, we've ended up in this place in many locations. But it's fixable if we care enough to fix it. Do you care enough to make your local union as strong as it can be? Do you care enough to make sure that everybody is informed, activated, discussing relevant issues, and being the best that they can be? This also goes back to our work ethic. This goes back to showing up, making sure you're doing a quality install, because we're selling a product. So we owe each other to sell the best product. So in my view, My contractor gets 10 hours of my time daily. And how they choose to use that 10 hours is up to them. But what they get from me is quality work every day, regardless of what I'm asked to do. You ask me to push a broom, I will push a broom and make sure that floor is the cleanest floor in the world. You ask me to run conduit, I'm running conduit in a very professional, precise manner. You ask me to demo things, I'm demoing in a very professional, safe manner. These are things that we owe each other. And it seems very obvious to say, but I feel like it doesn't get said enough. So my promise to you is I'm gonna always remain activated, engaged, informed, and I'm always gonna put my best foot forward. I'm always gonna fight for us. I need you to make the same promise. I need you to hold up your end of the bargain. And together, we're gonna change the world. My name's Eric, you're watching Union Minded. Remember that the fight is not left and right, it's up and down. It's gonna take solidarity to win always. Each one teach one, get out there and reach one. And remember that there can be no union without you and I front and center. Let's get it.